Stop being a queer. I have a complaint from other students about you being weird. I was told at student and teacher conference in elementary school in 3rd grade. Hi, I'm Akito and I am Xgender. Today I'm going to talk about being yourself and taking control of your life. Okay, you might be wondering, what is Xgender? Xgender is also known as genderqueer and is a gender that doesn't identify as male, female, both, or in between. So we don't love ourselves. Quick question, how do I look today? Do I look like a nerd who is struggling with self-confidence? No, well, I hope not, but I had no confidence in myself 5 years ago. It all started when I was in kindergarten. I was fascinated by Disney magic. When I first saw the 25th anniversary of Tokyo Disneyland Day Parade, Jubilation, it really led me to a magic. Minnie was so gorgeous, and this parade was so special for me, guiding me to a true jubilation. I was so into it that I always used to dance Disney parades every day, all through kindergarten and elementary school. However, boys around me liked to play video games and soccer, so I could only talk about my hobby with the girls, and I became comfortable playing only with the girls. As you can imagine, boys started mocking me by saying things like, "You look like Yujiro," who rose up to fame because of how he dressed crazily and neutrally, and also called us Okama, which is a very hateful word used to mock godly men. Isn't it awful? It was awful for an 8-year-old boy to be not accepted by my peers, and from this event I knew I was different. But after I moved to a new school in London, the things were completely different. My peers were diverse in ethnicity without any prejudice, and no one asked me which gender I was. There were no walls between girls and boys. Why? I think that's because there are sexual orientations throughout the school program, and students were more able to acknowledge and accept the fact that gender isn't just limited to male or female, and that everyone is different. Along with this, more positive things occurred to my life. I found a girls group called Little Mix through tuning into a music radio station on my way to school. One day, I heard a song called Black Magic and I fell in love with it, so I searched them on the internet and also found a song called Secret Love Song. This song is about how hiding the sexual minority is a challenging thing, and the question, why can we love like heterosexual people? This song made me realize that I wasn't alone, since the lyric said, "Why can't I say that I'm in love? Why can't I kiss you on the dance floor?" And I had the same feeling. Why am I different? Also, after the release of this song, they also posted a message that said, "Don't be afraid to be who you are." This message related to the song released my stresses, posture, uma, and so on. And my stresses were caused by these questions. Why do people look at me with curiosity, and why am I different? But with their message, I realized that I don't actually have to care about people who still continue to judge me. Also, another song called Power gave me a courage to be myself, since it's my life, not anyone else. And I really love the lyrics that said, "I'm the one who's in control." After I moved back to Japan in the 7th grade, I had a chance to research about Pride Parade in Amsterdam with the English project. From this project, I first heard a word called LGBT, got to know what it is, and learned that I belonged to a community and wasn't just queer and alone. After this, what I did was I took action. It all started when me and the other 5 members got together as an LGBT research team for the cultural festival, when our class focused on SDGs. As many of you might be familiar, SDGs is an abbreviation for Sustainable Development Goals, and is a goal to end poverty, protect the planet, provide equalness, in order to create sustainable and better world decided by the United Nations. Our team focused on number 5, gender equality, specifically minority gender. After the cultural festival, we also decided to create a pants for female student. Before we made the pants for female student had only one option, to wear a skirt, as many of you might be in the same situation. Because of the body gender, the option for the school uniform was limited. So students who is unmatched between body and heart were forced to wear a skirt and forced to be uncomfortable because of the school regulations. We considered how we can solve this problem and decided that expanding the variety of the school uniform is the best solution. We learned how to write proposal document with the help from Mr. Johnson, who pushed us forward to take action. And after we submitted this proposal document to the directors meeting in January 2018, the school immediately took action. After many consultations and wrestling with the school council and the maker, we were finally able to create a pants for female students in October 2018. So in our school's first year and second year students who came to the school after the introduction of the new school uniform are especially wearing them often. Many, including female student, male student, parent, and teacher, played a change in us. So we were able to create better environment for both female student and LGBT student. After this, I wanted to take actions that would help LGBT students not only in a small community school, so I decided to establish a website. I accumulated messages regarding the topic LGBT from many celebrities since I was personally influenced by Little Mix, who openly shared a message that said, "Don't be afraid to be who you are." I spent 7 months researching about existing website, contacting more than 100 people, and conducting the website itself. I included an explanation of LGBTQIA, a page where anyone can contact me if they are feeling anxious or lonely, and collating messages from celebrities and politicians such as Tomoya Hosoda, who is a city council member in Saitama, and Alec Ladford, who is a Pyeongchang and Sochi Olympic medalist. After executing this website, I actually got a message from one boy saying he was relieved after looking at my website. He said that through my website that he was able to accept himself, not reject himself. I was once suffering before, but by taking actions and raising the voice, I was able to help other students who are still suffering. By taking actions, I gained so much confidence in myself, and I can say proudly that it was a milestone of my life. 85% of people lack self-confidence or have low self-esteem. This means that out of 120 million people living in Japan, 102 million people lack self-confidence. But having confidence is important. No one is exactly the same with the others, and we are all different. LGBT is rarely that people who you feel attractive is different. What you like, how you like is a little different from the majority. Do you know how many LGBT people are said to be in Japan? No, let me change the question. Do you know people who are left-handed around you? People who are left-handed are said to be 10 to 11% of the Japanese population. People who are sexual minority are said to be 1 in 11 people, according to the research done by Dentsu. So people who are sexual minority and people who are left-handed are about the same number. LGBT might be there, but it's rarely that sometimes body and heart are unmatched, and who we feel attractive is different. I ask you guys, how do I look today at the beginning? Some people thought that I was cute, but some people found me unattractive. I believe that Disney is the happiest place on earth, but some people think that the bed is the happiest place on earth. So we all think differently. And LGBT isn't something different from the others, since we are all different. So if you're feeling different from the others, that's fine, because that is you and that is your personality. Being honest, I'm not 100% confident in myself too. But that is fine, because we all think differently, and being different is something that everyone has to deal with, since we are actually all different. So even when you act differently from the others, that's no shame. It's beautiful. There are so many perspectives on this globe. Even if you had no intention to hurt someone, that one comment may be harmful to one. Because being honest, I don't care about what other people say, but I still feel uncomfortable when people say you look like Yuturu, because I feel that they are mocking me and making fun of me. So when I first came to this school, I wanted to hide that I was different, because I thought that if they find out that I am different, then everyone was going to mock me and bully me. But we don't have to feel anxious, since we are all human and nothing is different in that point. Personality is a color of yourself, so being yourself is important. I once saw no light, but I'm standing here talking. But I'm sitting here talking. So why don't you take action and gain confidence? Be confident and take control of your life. because you are the protagonist of your life. You're the one who's in control. Thank you.